So I was having a discussion with my sister about politics. Now, I live here in Hawaii and she lives on the East Coast. I know it was dumb. It was really
It's all good. It's all good.
Bad move.
Okay.
But so our relationship has been over the phone primarily for the past 15 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
are y'all close?
Yeah. So we don't see each other in person. We were talking about every two or three times a week.
Okay.
So calling each other all the time. So, of course, we start talking about politics, and the topic of abortion came up, and I am very pro-life,
Okay.
and she is not.
Okay.
So I made kind of the remark that I think abortion is murder.
Okay.
And she said, well, I guess I'm a murderer then. And that was the end of the conversation. We haven't spoken in almost 3 weeks now. And so I don't know how to call, like she hasn't called me. I haven't called her. I don't know how to even call her. I don't even know what I would say. Like, I don't know where, do I ignore it? Do I address it? Like, I had no idea about this. I probably wouldn't have.
So you're assuming from her comment that she has had an abortion?
Yes.
What makes you think from that comment?
Well, if I think abortion is murder, and then she said that she would be a murderer, then I
think that's a leap.
I guess I just, yeah.
Yeah. It could be. It could be. And it also could very much be like, well, then you're, I guess, like intellectually, right?
I guess I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah. And I all I have to say is either way, that, hold on one second. Am I missing something? Do y'all think I'm crazy?
Yeah, we all think that, we all believe the same thing that Paige did, that's what she meant.
Oh, okay.
So
I working at a university for 20 years, this is my every day of my life, was these big philosophical debates, and well, I guess I'm just evil. And so I just took it as, that's the world I lived in, was everything was ideas and trafficking ideas, and everything was, all my friends, we were always sparring all the time, 24/7, 365. So I took that very much intellectually. Well, I guess I'm a murderer then. Like if you believe that abortion's murder and I believe it's not, I guess I'm a murderer then. Everyone in the booth, like looking at me that you can't see them, they all are on your side. They're like, no, she just admitted to you that she had an abortion and she feels completely isolated all by herself. So here's what's really important. It doesn't matter what I think or anyone in the boardroom thinks. That's your sister and you love her, and your sister's hurting, and I would reach out and call my sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like she weaponized it though. Like she just threw it out there and shut down. And
but hold on. She feels like you just weaponized one of the most painful experiences of her life.
True. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
And maybe one of the scaredest, alonest times of her life, and she's always wondered if her sister would be by her side during this time, during the season, during these memories, or however long, or however, whatever. How old, it might be 20 years old. It might be 2 weeks old. Who knows?
Right.
But she hasn't talked to you about it, and that's allowed her to keep a fantasy going that y'all are on the same team, that you would never leave her side. And now you called her a murderer.
Yeah.
So she feels the exact same way. And that's why people are always asking me my takes on issues and sides. And outside of very few things, I don't give them, because I'm way more interested in sitting with hurting people. And that's why and by the way, I have done what you have done more times in my life than I can count, which is to be very vocal to a person about an issue, not thinking through that the issue has a very personal end sometimes.
Yeah.
And I can think really, really passionately about an issue and still love you. right? And that's why I flipped the conversation. Now I only talk about issues after I've connected with the person.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And you have to ask yourself, can I be friends or sisters? Can I be in communication with someone who's had an abortion? If you feel strongly that you cannot, then so be it. If you feel like, I don't care what my sister's done, she's my sister, and I'll go to the ends of the earth to make sure she feels safe and loved, then I'm getting on the phone right after you and I get on the phone. And you can tell her, hey, I haven't slept. I haven't been able, whatever. I was talking politics and talking issues, and my sister's hurting, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'd start there.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't have to tell me any of the details. I don't need to know, but I just want her to know that I'm still her sister. Like, she's still my sister.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm telling you is there may be intellectual differences. There may be vehement, passionate disagreements. But if you believe that, I think your sister needs to hear, there's not a thing you can do and a place you can go that I won't love you, and you're not going to be my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever want to share your story, I've made it not a place where it's a very hospitable place for you to tell your story. If you ever want to hear it, I'll hear it. I'll listen. And you might get another side of that issue, right? You might get another side of the conversation. It might not change your mind, but it might bring compassion into it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you scared of? Like knowing it's somebody you talk to all the time, it surprises me you haven't called her.
I know. So my position kind of comes from, I had a friend growing up, and her parents made her have an abortion. And she said, we were crying together, and she said, my parents made me kill my baby. And so I have a lot of, I was like 14, she was 16. And it brings up that story for me.
Yeah.
And that emotion. And so I didn't want to go there. Like, I don't want to revisit that feeling.
Gotcha. And I think your sister may have wished once that you would sit with her like you sat with your friend.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know.
Right. That's exactly right.
It's so frustrating too.
Yeah.
Like, it's also frustrating to be like, why didn't you tell me? Like, I talk to you all the time. Why didn't you tell me?
But I think it could be one of two things. It could be that she it was her story to tell, and she didn't feel it was the right time. And also, you have to look in the mirror and say, have I been a hospitable place that she always knows that no matter what, she can come talk to me? And that's on me. Is that 100% guaranteed the truth? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe she's like, no, I'm just a jerk. I like to keep that private, and I just threw a grenade at you. And you might talk to her, and she's like, no, I made the total right decision. I don't have any problem with it. Maybe that's it. Maybe she's just trying to rub it in your face.
Yeah.
But let that story emerge. Don't make that story up about her and then hold her accountable for it.
Mm-hmm.
And to everybody out there, this isn't just you. To everybody out there, there may be an issue or a thing that's like, I'm cutting you off. But I cannot tell you, I can't count the number of conversations, particularly with parents I've had over the years, who because of a particular issue or a thought or a this or whatever, have come to me when their kids are graduating college or at the end of their college term and said the words, I would do anything to have that conversation back. I would do anything to have those 3 years of silence back. I was too, as the great Dr. Phil said, you want to be right or you want to have a relationship? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Will you do me a huge favor?
Mm-hmm.
Will you let me know how the call goes?
Yeah, I will.
And do me one other favor. If she doesn't answer, what she probably won't, don't shoot a text message, send a voice message.
Okay.
And I won't actually send this text message. Listen when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And let her hear your voice. and say what you need to say.
That's a good one.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, by the way, she's lucky to have you as a sister.
Oh, thanks.
I wish you hadn't said that. I wish you hadn't said it like that. But actually, I don't.
I'm lucky to have her as a sister.
There you go.
She's great.
And I don't think you saying what you think politically is a bad thing, and you taking a stand on a principled issue for you is a bad thing. It's not. I think the only error here is when she hung up on you, you didn't pick the phone back up and call her right back and go, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not losing my sister over an issue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or I turned a deep pain in your life into a political issue. I'm not doing that.